Breaking news, armed robbers hit a marijuana dispensary in Tarzana, and now they're locked in a standoff with police. This is happening along a very busy stretch of road along Ventura Boulevard.
The SWAT team is now on the scene. Police say there could even be hostages. And
CBS2's Adriana Weingold is live in Tarzana with the latest. Adriana.
Well, Ventura Boulevard is closed here between Etiwanda and Reseda. As you said, a very busy stretch of the boulevard here closed this evening. This all came down at around 1:30 this afternoon when a call of an armed robbery came in here at Tarzana Square at a marijuana dispensary. It is unclear how many suspects were involved in this, and police have shut down several blocks surrounding the business. We want to go ahead and show you some video from Sky 9 overhead as one of the suspects was taken into custody. Now, this happened in a strip mall, as we said, where there are multiple businesses and many people out shopping this afternoon. LAPD officers were seen escorting some of those people out of the area. It is unclear who is in the business at this time and if there are any hostages. Officials from LAPD tell me they're in the process of evacuating the building, and then they will search the building to see who is inside. Now, we spoke with someone who works at an insurance agency next door. She says she could hear everything that was going on. There were 4 or 5 suspects. She says they were asking for money and marijuana. We spoke to another employee from a neighboring business who got caught up in the commotion. Take a listen.
I went out the back way to go to walk to Taco Bell or something, get something to eat, and that's where the cops stopped me and had guns drawn on me and told me to have my hands up. Then they put cuffs on me and questioned me and called the office to verify who I was. And then they took the handcuffs off me, and then they found out through the grapevine that I guess there was a hostage situation happening at the marijuana shop.
And you can see the incredible response from the police department out here as the SWAT team is now here on scene, and LAPD officers trying to make entry into this marijuana shop. Again, the call came in around 1:30 this afternoon of an armed robbery here at the marijuana shop at the Tarzana Square here on Ventura Boulevard. Unclear how many suspects are still inside and whether or not there are any hostages. We will, of course, keep you updated with the very latest. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Adriana. Now, today is the deadline to register to vote online for the midterm elections, and a lot of folks are rushing to get it done, too. CBS2 Orange County reporter Michelle Gili is live in Santa Ana to see how things are going according to the registrar. Michelle.
Well, things have been very busy here, Pat, and I should tell all of those procrastinators that officially voter registration does end at midnight tonight. But this is only for those people who want to vote online or through the DMV. Do not worry if you're one of those who wants to vote in this election, and of course you should. Here's what the registrar tells us people need to do. Depending on what county you live in, go to your county voter registrar office. You will register at the counter and cast your ballot at the same time. You can even do this on election day. And here in Orange County, we have early voting centers. Those are places where people can go to register and to vote.
Okay, yeah, your polling place is the Boys and Girls Club at Irvine Ranch. It is on Veronca.
Election day is 15 days away. Interest is very high in Orange County, according to the Registrar of Voters, who is seeing it in phone calls and mail-in ballots.
This election, I'm in an all-out panic. It's very important, I think, for all of us to get out and vote. There's a lot on the line, a lot that really determines the course of how the country is going to go for the next 4 years.
When you call the Orange County Registrar and ask a question about the upcoming election, these are the people answering that call, and you can see that they are very busy. As a matter of fact, in the last 4 hours, they've received more than 1,500 phone calls, and when you compare that to the number of calls that were coming in, say, last June, that number is double. A peek at the rolls shows just how active things have been. Between July and October, 150,000 people have registered to vote in Orange County alone, including people who've changed their address. During the same time frame in 2016, leading up to the presidential election, there were 62,000 new registrations.
So I think what we're hearing, this is anecdotally, but on the phone calls we're getting from voters, it's whatever side you're on in terms of the way the country is moving. I think that's what's energizing people. Our phone call volume is as high as a presidential election. So that tells you something there. And then the interest in applying for a vote by mail ballot is also equally as high.
Don't forget stamps for those mail-in ballots. And the postage is different depending on where you live. In LA County, no postage is required. But in Orange County, you'll need 1 stamp on your ballot. And 2 stamps are necessary because the ballots are thicker in Riverside, San Bernardino, and Ventura counties. These are trays of absentee ballots that have already been mailed in by voters. As of today, Registrar Neil Kelly says it's a 70% increase over the number of mail-in ballots returned during the 2014 midterm election. And the registrar is saying that this could signal big voter turnout here in Orange County this election, or perhaps spinning a different way. He says maybe it's that many, many more people are wanting to vote from the comfort of their home and that we'll just see fewer people at the polls on Election Day. Live in Santa Ana, I'm Michelle Geely. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Michelle. Interesting options there. For more information on the upcoming election and the races you will see on the ballot, go to cbsla.com. Check out our extensive voters guide. You'll find it on the right-hand side of our website.
A Lake Forest City Council candidate has come out swinging against what's being called dirty politics. Nikki Mwadazetti stood outside City Hall this morning to denounce what she calls false and defamatory flyers circulating around the city. That's one of a woman in an orange jumpsuit hiding her face, claims that she has a criminal record. Mwadazetti named former city councilman Adam Nick as the person behind it and says it has no place in politics.
Lake Forest deserves better. No one who participates in this type of cruel, humiliating character assassination is worthy of public trust.
I don't view them as personal attacks. I view them as dissemination of information, so long as the information is true, which I believe it is.
My opponent remains very unhappy with what's transpired, and I'm unhappy too.
Now, some of Mwadazetti's supporters confronted Nick right outside City Hall today, called his tactics shameful and sleazy.
Well, it's just 24 hours from now. Clayton Kershaw is expected to be on the mound for the Dodgers in Boston for Game 1 of the World Series.
It features 2 teams with a lot of baseball history, and not just against each other.
That's for sure. And our live team coverage includes Tom Waite with Dodger fans. But we start with CBS2 Sports Director Jim Hill at the oldest park in baseball, Fenway. Jim.
Pat and Jeff, thank you very much. As you can tell, the atmosphere here is already jumping for joy and celebrating as Game 1 of the World Series isn't until tomorrow night, but fans are already here at Fenway Park having a good time. Now, we all know that the Dodgers are the defending National League champions, but for the Dodgers, just being National League champions is not good enough.
Getting to go to the postseason 6 times in a row, it becomes that much more evident that we're very fortunate to be on a great team, but we're still missing that ring. And yeah, there's no secret that we want to win.
One of the strong points of this team is the fact that you guys like each other so much, and you pull for each other no matter who's playing or not.
Definitely, we got a close group. I don't know how different it is between other clubhouses. I've never been in other clubhouses, but I heard guys coming over here, and we know how rare that we got it over here, especially because we're so good.
All the ups and downs you've gone throughout the course of the year have really helped you to get to this point and beyond, which would be a great celebration in the locker room.
Yeah, no matter what happens, if at the end of the series we're the ones celebrating, that's all that matters.
We are extremely grateful to obviously be here for a second year in a row, and this time to go out there and make sure that we do everything we can to bring home a World Series.
Clayton Kershaw and his teammates are back at their hotel right now. We all know that Kershaw is a starting pitcher for the Dodgers. They want to get a good night's rest because tomorrow it's Game 1 of the World Series, the Fall Classic here in Boston. Reporting live from Boston, Massachusetts, site of the World Series, I'm Jim Hill. Back to you in the studio now.
All right, thank you, Jim. Now, it's been over 100 years since the Dodgers played a World Series in Boston, so people are calling this a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for fans.
Unless you live longer than 100 years, yeah, and that's a lot. That's how a lot of them are actually treating it. CBS 2's Tom Waite is live at Fenway Park, where he's already seeing a little bit of Dodger blue. Tom.
That's absolutely right, Jeff and Pat. The Dodgers fans are invading Boston and, of course, the area around Fenway Park. So much buzz out here. There's a big gala in there tonight. Lots of people coming to celebrate the beginning of the World Series and looking down there. You can check out some of those banners. Okay, here's the key. The blue banner that says 2018, we definitely don't want that to turn red, because if you look at the next one, that's the 2013 banner and then beyond. Those are the years they won the World Series. We obviously want to make sure that does not happen again. We're talking to fans, as I said, who made the trip from LA today, and they're very excited about the series.
Both teams got big bats, man, so I think that's what it's going to come down to. See whoever bats show up, and the Dodgers show up with the low power, then I think we can do it. But I think that's ultimately what it's going to come down to.
The anticipation is amazing. Brought us here from North Carolina, brought my buddies here from Los Angeles. Son plays baseball here, took time off from school to come see it as well. We're excited for it.
I've always been a Dodgers fan growing up, born and raised in LA, got into games growing up. Super stoked, my first World Series, couldn't think of a better town to come see baseball in.
One thing we did not bring with us from LA is warm weather. In fact, we bought these little hand warmer things for our pockets and trying to stay warm out here. It's a little chilly here in Boston. Reporting live outside Fenway Park, I'm Tom Wade. Jeff and Pat, back to you.
Tom, thank you. And Pat, it was you who pointed out that Kershaw was pitching sleeveless.
Yeah, it looks like
warming
he was
up.
throwing the ball and you go.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to do that. Get used to that air, that colder air.
I guess so.
Well, ahead here at 5 o'clock, the revamp that could raise your credit score.
Plus this.
An Uber driver shot in Willowbrook. Details coming up.
Plus, a man shouting racist. There it was, man shouting racist insults at a woman on board a Ryanair flight. Why he's not the only one under fire. The airline also taking heat. We'll tell you why next at 5.
And the Mega Billions jackpot continues to soar, but should you join your office pool to increase your chances? The do's and don'ts of workplace lottos next at 5.
Sharing's overrated. Hey, everybody, coming up, the weather. It's on the way.